Well, here's a little bonus feature for everyone stuck indoors. After I've finished putting everything back together, we realised we do actually genuinely need some stuff from Sainsbury's. So here's a drive to the shops to road test the drop link and the bushes I put on the other day. So buckle in, we're going to go for a short drive in a car outside the house. Let's take this off, that's going to be irritating. Let's go, everyone. Oh, let's do a windscreen wiper. Oh God, that's a bit dry. It does sound a bit echoey with no sound deadening and carpet in there. It's only got the big plasticky rubber floor mats that came with the car. I tell you what, it does feel a lot less wallowy with those new bushes on the anti-roll bar. This is the Friar's Corner, it's quite a sharp one. If you see my community page, this is where the Rover P6 was nearly on its door handles. It feels strange to be out. I mean, there's no one apart from that kid on the bike around here at all. One car coming the other way, being overtaken by the kid on the bike now. Oh, one car behind us now, but it feels like I'm breaking the rules. Going to the shops feels like I'm doing something wrong. It's very strange. Because this will be the first time I've actually been to a supermarket since lockdown. It's like driving on New Year's Day or something, it's so deserted. I hate those little cushion bumps. Force of habit from having cars that are low enough to bash the oil sumps on them. I always go in between them. Quite good for this car to get a little run because I haven't used it at all since lockdown, and it's only sort of driven up and down the drive a couple of times since then, just moving it into position to work on it. I was amazed it started with no problem whatsoever this morning because it hadn't been touched in I don't know how many days, to be honest. And this Volvo battery is, I don't know, pushing 10 years old I reckon. Just cranked it no problem though. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but I reckon they've got a lighthouse. I don't know which one though, probably one of the indicators or side lights I was faffing with earlier. We'll see how cheap the petrol is here as well. See if it's gone minus money for the petrol at this station. Everyone getting their home delivery. Wish we were doing that, to be honest. petrol 108.9. That's still a load of money, but it's, you know, cheaper than it has been for years. Right, I'm going to park well away from anyone. I don't want the door to get dinged, although they will probably come away worse than me. Oh. Wish me luck. Well, I'm not sure I fancy doing that again in a hurry. Most people in there are pretty good at keeping their distance, and if you're down an aisle, they won't come down there, and you know, that's fairly good and fairly safe and fairly sensible. I have got some wine, some cider, some bread. I was going to get some whiskey as well because I'm out of Talisker, but all the proper expensive alcohol has got caps on, means you've got to go and talk to a person at the checkout, which I didn't really fancy doing. I'm sure they're lovely people, I just don't want to be near them. But yeah, there's a few people who just are completely oblivious, and if you're down an aisle, they'll just blunder down and just blunder past you, so you have to kind of make a sharp exit. Trying to get peanut butter took forever because so many people were just dilly-dallying around and wandering back and forth. And to be honest, the only aisle which had any kind of out of stock on it was the home baking aisle. I was going to get some flour and yeast for home baking, and there was none at all. Yeah, scratch that one. That's the main thing I was actually sent here for. That wine, of course, we did get the Pinot Riot wine. It's a red Pinot Noir. Looks some end of days thing written on it. I'm going to grab some petrol while we're here, because it's dirt cheap, and this car is damn thirsty. I don't know which side the filler's on this car. I'm going to pay at pump. I'm sure the ladies in there are delightful, but I don't want to risk talking to anyone or breathing any air. Can I pay at pump on this one? Only over there, only over there. Okay, fine. Only on this one. Pay at pump on this pump. Everything ready to go before I even begin. Gloves, sanitizer, card at the ready, but I'll put less than whatever the contactless limit is. Oh yeah, next card. I think you can claim points on this. I'll take the keys with me because this car locks you out if you're not careful. Right, much hand sanitizer used, gloves used, everything used, even to sanitize my cards before I got back in the car. Right, home time. Oops. So that was 25 litres, which cost about £30-ish. I didn't get a receipt for obvious reasons. And it went from about an eighth of a tank to just over half a tank. Which suggests it's got a massive tank in this car. God, it's weird seeing this all so deserted. I was about to say, could this Volvo be any less Tesla-like? And then the Tesla just booted it and vanished. So no, it couldn't. On the motorway. It's mad to think that this entire car, even the work I've done on it, cost less than the monthly payment, oops dear, on that Tesla. And with good reason. Hello Mr. Magpie, where's Mrs. Magpie? I'm not suspicious, it's just a bad habit I've got into. I don't know why. This roundabout is where I was sold my first Alpha 146. When the salesman took us up to this roundabout and said, now go round it faster. And I did, and I loved it. This weekend gone, I should have been in Santa Pod racing this thing up the strip. I'm getting an awful time, I will absolutely admit that. It would not have been fast at all. But it would have been huge fun. It would have lost on the economy as well because it's really not very efficient. In fact, when you look at it subjectively, this is a terrible car. It's slow, it's thirsty, it's wallowy. But it is absolutely adorable. It's so much fun to drive. We just float along the road. And when I've got the carpets and things back in, when I've done this headlining stuff, it'll be a lot quieter as well, because you can really hear the engine a bit too much at the moment. Surprisingly, almost no road noise though. I guess because it's got such narrow tyres on it. Now this is ridiculous. The lean on this car is insane. I had completely forgotten the dashboard lights are half out. I need to get this instrument binnacle out somehow and change all of them. I did start making a list of all the jobs to do. I must find what I did with that and continue working my way through it some more. I don't think I put new wiper blades on this thing yet. I think I definitely need to change those as well. There's always something. People often comment, in fact one of the most frequent comments I get, that's not about a specific car, but about the fleet in general, is about my insurance. How do I insure all of these cars, or how do I afford to run them all? And the thing is, tax-wise, I generally only tax 1 or 2 for each month, so that keeps it fairly affordable. But insurance-wise, I've just had my renewal through, and it's £300 more than it was last year. So I think I might need to make a couple of phone calls and see if I can do anything about that one. Just pushed it to £1,000, which is a bit steep. But I reckon if I shop around, I might be able to get to a better deal. I mean, certainly I can reduce the mileage on all the cars because not going anywhere. Just seen a reflection in a window, and it's that side light I was fiddling with earlier that's got the bulb out. So I need to find out what's gone wrong there. I suspect it may be a fuse. I once came up this little bit of road and a bus pushed me over to the side and wound up slashing both passenger side tyres on the bricks and that wall. That was an awkward day getting home. This is a great corner. This isn't the most direct route home, I have to admit, but it's an awful lot of fun. Wow! This does not corner like an Alfa Romeo. It's crazy to think this was absolutely immaculate only a few days ago, this car, and now it's just so dusty and dirty from just being parked. It's ridiculous. It's weird seeing so many cars parked everywhere. I normally drive down the road like this and there'd be a few cars, but there'd be people out for the evening going to the cinema, the gym, the pub, people working for a night. But no, there's nothing. Everyone's at home, apart from the odd person here and there going to the shops. Bizarre. God, this is a nice car to drive. It is very relaxing. It's not fast, but it's very relaxing. Oh, buses are still running then. Well folks, I hope you've enjoyed coming out for a little ride with me on one of the very few journeys we get to do these days. So the last couple of Sainsbury's big shops have been delivered, so haven't taken the car anywhere or been out at all, so it's quite a novelty going to an actual shop, and frankly a little bit scary, and I don't fancy doing it again, to be perfectly honest. So stay safe everyone. I'll sign off as we drive into the sunset. You guys be good, keep indoors, don't take any chances, keep watching the videos, and if you enjoy this channel please hit subscribe and please hit like and tell YouTube that I'm a wonderful human being and I deserve having many more views. Got third gear for this, don't I really? Look at that sunset, look at that mist. Look at Kent at dusk, does it get prettier than this? I'll tell you what though, every single night of lockdown I've heard motorbikes rattling up and down this road, and they probably shouldn't be here. Right folks, take care, see you all soon, goodbye! And home.